Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking at a story of just a total brand transformation, a complete 180.
A big what?
If you thought the Nissan Kicks was all about being small and, basic, buckle up. The 2026 redesign is here, and it's reversed course completely.
It really has. It's shedding that reputation as just a simple city car. For this deep dive, we've gone through your sources, and we're focusing on the two things the compact crossover market demands now.
Which are?
Real power, and finally, all-wheel drive. This is Nissan getting aggressive, and we're going to unpack what that means for you, the buyer.
Okay, let's get into it then. The Kicks was always, the entry-level choice. The engine just got you from A to B.
And that was it.
But now they've put in a new heart, a naturally aspirated 2.0-liter four-cylinder. The sources are calling it a marked improvement. What are the specifics?
So we're moving up to 141 horsepower and 190 newton meters of torque. And look, that's not going to set any track records, but it's a huge step up. It gives you the confidence to merge onto the highway without planning at 3 exits in advance.
And the real showstopper, I think, has to be the AWD. That changes the entire personality of the car.
It really does. It goes from just urban transport to something genuinely versatile.
For the first time.
Exactly.
Right.
For the first time, it's available with their intelligent all-wheel drive system, and that fundamentally changes the car's utility. If you live somewhere with rain or snow or even just bad roads, this is huge.
Not just for off-roading, though.
Not at all. It enhances stability, adaptability. It makes it a real option for conditions the old model just couldn't handle.
All right. But we have to address the elephant in the engine bay, the thing that always comes up with Nissan.
The transmission.
The transmission.
Yeah.
They stuck with the Xtronic CVT. I mean, is improved CVT just marketing speak? The sources must have had something to say about that engine drone.
That's a fair question, and yeah, they don't ignore it. It's still the biggest mechanical trade-off. But Nissan uses it for one big reason.
Fuel economy.
Unparalleled fuel economy. In this price-sensitive segment, that matters. The numbers are excellent. The front-wheel drive versions get about 8.4 liters per 100 kilometers in this city.
And the AWD.
Even the AWD system, which usually hurts efficiency, it maintains a combined rate of around 7.8 liters per 100 kilometers. That's really respectable.
So the thinking is the efficiency and smoothness when you're just cruising will outweigh that engine noise when you floor it.
That's the bet they're making. It's an economy choice for long-term savings. They have tweaked it, to have better simulated shift points, which helps with that rubber band feeling.
But if you demand that 0 to 100 sprint,
which happens in about 9.0 seconds, so it's decent.
Yeah.
You're going to hear the engine working hard. It's just the cost of keeping that fuel consumption so low.
That makes sense. It's a purposeful choice. So before we jump inside, what about the ride feel, the suspension?
The sources noted they paid a lot of attention to the chassis. You still have the McPherson strut front, but the rear suspension is improved. And interestingly, it's tuned to be slightly firmer.
Firmer, not softer.
Right. It's not for pure comfort. It's firmer to handle the stability and the extra weight of the new AWD system. It gives you more control, a much more composed ride than the old one.
Okay, so the driving dynamics are seriously upgraded. But, if you spend most of your time in traffic, the engine matters less than what's right in front of you.
Exactly. Let's talk about the cabin, because that's where the transformation really, really shines.
This is where it sheds that economy box label.
Completely. Gone are the small, basic screens. The focus now is on digital immersion. It elevates the whole feel of the car.
We're talking about huge displays. For the SV and SR trims, you're getting a 12.3-inch infotainment screen.
And in that top SR trim, it's matched with a 12.3-inch fully digital driver display. That size, that symmetry, it puts it up against cars that cost way more.
And it's not just the size, right? It's the functionality.
No, it's the integration. You get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That's what people demand now. Minimal clutter, instant connection.
What about charging? Everyone needs to charge their phone.
They've got you covered. There's a wireless charging pad, which is great, plus a mix of ports, USB-A and the faster USB-C front and back, depending on the trim.
Okay, and then we have to talk about one of Nissan's signature features, the zero-gravity seats. That sounds like some serious marketing.
It does, but it's actually more than that. It's genuinely unique to Nissan.
So what does it actually mean for someone sitting in them for a 2-hour commute?
These seats are inspired by NASA research. They're designed to support 14 different pressure points on your body. The goal is to maximize blood flow and reduce muscle strain.
And does it work?
Over a long trip, it means you're genuinely less tired. If you have any kind of back stiffness, this feature alone could be a massive quality of life improvement.
That's a huge selling point. Now, if you are finding this breakdown helpful and you appreciate us digging into the source material like this, please just take a second to hit that like button and subscribe.
We really appreciate the support. It helps us know what to cover next.
Okay, back to the cabin. We're talking high-end tech, great seats. But the sources did point out one little omission.
Right, the rear seats. Even in the top trim, there are no heating or cooling options.
That's a detail that stands out. When the front is so advanced, skipping that for rear passengers is a notable compromise. It's a reminder that this is still built to a price point.
A fair point. But that compromise aside, if we switch over to pure practicality, the Kicks becomes an undeniable class leader.
You're talking about cargo.
I'm talking about cargo. It dominates. The numbers are about 850 liters, or 30 cubic feet, behind the rear seats.
What does that mean in real terms?
30 cubic feet is just massive for this segment. You can fit a huge stroller, a week's worth of groceries, 2 golf bags without even folding the seats down.
And they made it easy to use that space.
That's key. The sources mention a low loading sill and a wide tailgate opening. So you're not struggling to lift heavy things into the back. It's all about that everyday utility.
That utility also comes from something else. The ground clearance.
Yes, 213 millimeters, which is about 8.4 inches. In the real world, that's transformative.
You're clearing speed bumps.
You're clearing speed bumps. You're not worried about poorly maintained roads. You can handle a bit of snow. That high clearance plus the new AWD, it just hammers home how versatile this car is now.
And that value extends to safety, which Nissan has made standard. The Nissan Safety Shield 360.
It's on every single trim, S, SV, and SR.
That's a huge value add.
It is. You get automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, blind spot warning, rear cross traffic alert. You don't have to pay extra for core safety tech, which is not true for a lot of rivals.
And if you're doing a lot of highway driving, the top SR trim adds another layer.
That's the Pro Pilot Assist system. It's basically a very good adaptive cruise control combined with lane keeping assistance. It really cuts down on driving fatigue. You pair that with the zero-gravity seats, and the Kicks becomes a surprisingly good long-distance cruiser.
Okay, so we have a car that's now safe, spacious, high-tech, offers AWD. But the compact segment is a battlefield. It's packed with turbocharged rivals.
It is.
So can 141 horsepower really compete with what the competition is throwing around?
And this is the core of the decision for you, the buyer. If your only priority is raw acceleration, then yeah, the Kicks at 141 horsepower is behind some rivals. The Geely Coolray has 177 HP. The Changan CS35 Plus has 156.
Those turbo engines do have more punch.
They definitely do.
So why would someone choose the Kicks? What's the argument for sticking with this naturally aspirated engine?
The sources suggest Nissan is playing the long game. It's about reliability and total cost of ownership.
Fewer complex parts.
Exactly. Naturally aspirated engines are simpler. Turbochargers add complexity, they add heat, and historically, they can be more prone to expensive failures outside of the warranty.
So it's a trade-off. A
Yeah.
little less immediate power for, long-term peace of mind and more predictable maintenance cost.
Precisely. For the buyer who values low running costs over aggressive speed, the Kicks engine is a proven, reliable choice. It aligns perfectly with that target demographic.
And how does it stack up technologically against those same turbo rivals? Do they have the same screens and standard safety?
Not really. Very few competitors match the Kicks on standardization. While some rivals offer big screens, getting dual 12.3-inch displays in this price class is a new benchmark. And crucially, that full Safety Shield 360 suite is standard. A lot of rivals make you pay extra for that.
Okay, so let's get to the bottom line. The price. What does this whole package cost?
It's still incredibly competitive. The base front-wheel drive Kicks S starts around $22,430 USD.
That's aggressive.
It is, considering the engine and all that standard safety. And the premium for AWD is pretty reasonable. It adds about $1,500.
And the warranty.
It's solid. 3 years or 36,000 miles basic, and 5 years or 60,000 for the powertrain. The sources also mentioned they're throwing in 2 years of scheduled maintenance.
So that helps with the first few years of ownership costs.
It does. It just reinforces that whole philosophy. The Kicks isn't trying to be the fastest. It's positioning itself as the smartest, safest, and most practical purchase in the segment.
So let's wrap this up. The story here is clear. The Nissan Kicks 2026 is no longer a bare-bones economy car. It's graduated. It's a tech-forward, practical crossover that finally meets the demands for Well, for power and utility.
Absolutely. It offers a level of refinement, standard safety, and that class-leading cargo space. It forces you to completely recalculate its place in the market. It's competing on the total package now, not just on price.
Which brings us to our final provocative thought for you to consider. With all these radical upgrades, the big screens, the NASA-inspired seats, the AWD has the Kicks effectively priced and featured itself out of the economy segment it used to dominate.
It's a really interesting question. I mean, it's so well equipped now that it starts to challenge crossovers from the segment above, cars that cost thousands more.
So it forces you to ask a different question.
It does. It forces you to ask, why spend more for a little bit more power when you can get this level of standard safety and utility for less? It really requires every compact SUV buyer to rethink their whole decision-making process.
A brilliant point to end on. We really appreciate you sharing your source material with us for this deep dive. If this helped clarify the huge changes in the 2026 Kicks, please let us know by subscribing before you go.
We value your time. We'll see you on the next one.